that's what we like about Canada. They're not tourists, they're travelers. They like to explore.
Buenos dias, good morning everybody from the beach here in Puerto Vallarta at the fabulous Westin Hotel and Resort. I'm here with Luis, a very familiar face to most Canadian travel agents. Good morning, how are you?
Muy bien, muy buenos días. Very happy to be with you.
Yeah. First of all, beautiful morning, what great weather. Listen, first of all, thanks very much for having us down here because we were talking about this off camera, that I have officially been overwhelmed by how great Puerto Vallarta is as a destination, and a couple of things I wanted to talk about. One is first of all the food and the food culture and the foodie tours and stuff that's here. It's incredible. I was out at restaurants last night, so well, actually every night, but just talk a bit about Versailles and the marina and the food and how important that is to visitors to the area.
Yes, obviously, while we do service to visitors, what they highlight the more is people, that people are very friendly here, and secondly is food. And you're right, we have over 1,000 different options in restaurants and more than 30 cuisines. And without question, whatever your clients might stay in Puerto Vallarta, you will always have an option, and if it's not, it's only from 5 to 15 minutes to get to this. And one of the new tendencies is Versailles, where you have a restaurant from all over the world, and the best thing is they're next to each other. So either you're looking for drinks or just for some tapas or dinner, well, Versailles now is the hot spot.
Yeah, and the restaurant, what was the restaurant you told me that we were just talking about off camera, where they had all the bread, and what's the name of that place?
Yeah, it's Omun. It's a Common Man. It's one of the newest restaurants in the area. But I mean, in there you can find Mexican, French, Argentinian, Italian, from Taiwan, a guy that married a Mexican girl. The most popular ceviche place in town, La Mara, they have over 50 different options. So, and the best thing is it's just walkable. Whatever if you want to do like a dine around or a gourmet safari, you can either hire a company or you can do it by your own. Yeah. And it's just a few steps from each establishment.
And I went to Zenitas. What's the name? I keep pronouncing.
Cenizas, yeah, Dashes, yeah.
Yeah, and even there is another great restaurant right across the street that's owned by Memo Wolf, and he's got a big family history as well. And it is all walkable, and the affordability, and I joke about this, Canadians are very economically conscious people. I think you know what I mean. But
because they like to explore, they want to maximize the money.
Yeah,
so it's great.
Thank you. That's
the right word. I mean, they like to explore, and that's what we like about Canada. They're not tourists; they're travelers. They like to explore, try the local culture, the food, and it's one of the spots that now is very popular by not for tourists, for travelers. And so we're very excited about the news product, and the best thing people like is because they get immersed with the local. I mean, they're eating with local people and also with other travelers.
Yeah, and even the Marina District too. I mean, breakfast over there is like $5 for breakfast. It's incredible. So enough about the food, although it deserves a whole half hour, quite frankly. The other thing I've found is maybe it's my opinion. It's like a microcosm of Mexico here. The people seem very happy. They seem very comfortable. They all seem to get along. You don't feel any kind of stress or anything uncomfortable about local people. So how important is that to tourists and travelers coming to the area, for them to be made aware of how safe and comfortable it is?
Yeah, as I said before, when we do the service, first is the people, and it's because normally, mostly all our people who works at hotels or in the travel industry are from the region. So we love sharing with and open our arms to our visitors and be so proud to what all our visitors say, that is paradise for our is home. We enjoy this and amazing weather all year round, great food, products are great, and that's why we have the biggest American and Canadian community outside of their countries, is because all that Puerto Vallarta offers: great weather, good food, good people, and as you said, very safe. And also, even during the pandemic, we got a lot of Canadians coming to do medical tourism because they feel confident. They like the hospital facilities that we have here. So it doesn't matter what is the reason of your trip or what you're trying, just run away from the snow or whatever. Puerto Vallarta has something for every client, but also for each budget.
Yeah. And do you think when you talk about medical tourism and as because that's a huge, it's not even an emerging business, it is a business now. But it's funny how I just have been more focused on departures coming out of Canada. It seems like there's almost a divide between Cancun and Cozumel, Playa del Carmen, and then Acapulco, Zihuatanejo, and Puerto Vallarta, east and west from Canada.
Yes.
So it seems like from Alberta, Manitoba, maybe west of Vancouver, come onto the west coast, I guess, which maybe makes sense. But is there an increase or lift, or what's the opportunity now for travel advisors for lift from Eastern Canada to come down here?
Yeah, well, I mean, we now also Flair start flying this past month, so now we have 6 carriers flying from Canada. We are the airport in Latin America with more getaways connected directly. Of course, the Mexican Caribbean and they have more flights. But in terms of cities, we have 15 cities that from the U.S., from Canada, mostly, of course, from Western.
Yeah.
I mean, we have from all British Columbia.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, now connectivity could be from Montreal, Toronto, Calgary, Vancouver, talking as a hubs.
Yeah.
But also we have a lot of other million cities that can connect, either fly directly or connect. So for us, Canada is the second most important market. We're very excited of the return because with all the health policies that you had the last winter, well, now that the Canadian government erased many of them, so we see the increase.
Yeah.
We see the increase of seats. Now we having a few airlines flying with their Dreamliners to take advantage of all the Canadians that they want to come. So we're very excited. I mean, now with the winter coming up, instead of paying high bills of electricity,
Yeah.
I think we will see more snowbirds coming down to Puerto Vallarta.
Well, I'll be back for sure. The last thing I want to talk about briefly, not so much briefly, but this is a haven, it seems, and a safe haven for the LGBTQ community. You know, constantly on our Facebook feeds, we're getting posts from friends in our industry, friends of our company, personal friends of mine, and they all come into Puerto Vallarta. Whether they don't look at it regionally, because out of Toronto too, it's huge traffic. Can you just tell me? I think it was like 10 years ago or 12 years ago that you sort of opened up the market, and what was there a strategy to that, or did it all? Because I think Elizabeth Taylor had something to do with it. I've been hearing different things, but why did Puerto Vallarta, in this Zona Romantico is the area, how did that evolve into this LGBTQ mecca of within Mexico, or probably in Central America, I guess, as well, and all throughout the Caribbean, it seems. How did that evolve?
Yeah, you're right. We're the number one beach destination for the LGBT community after Tel Aviv, but we even have a better offer. We heard this from a travel agent that we were in an event at the IGTLA. They will say, well, in Tel Aviv, you can be gay like just in a beach. In Puerto Vallarta, you can be yourself anywhere in the city because we're a very welcoming and friendly city. So the secret is because all this expat community back in the 90s and early 2000s, some of them they were from the LGBTQ plus, and so they were looking for places to hang out. Initially, no gay, and suddenly it became more open for locals and for tourists. And now, I mean, our neighborhood is where we have the most expensive square meter North Ocean front. It's where we have all the hipster coffee shops, nice dining, and it's because, well, as anywhere in the world where the LGBT community start building a project, we start building a new community, becomes a very wealthy area. So now for us, the LGBT was key for the recovery after the pandemic, and it's one of our big segments, and we have our own neighborhood. There's no other beach destination in the country or Latin America where you can find a neighborhood like back in Toronto. And also we have a lot of activities. We have hotels that are not gay friendly, that are gay oriented, and all our nightlife, that's what Canadians love, it's next to each other. You just go to Lázaro Cárdenas Street and all the nightlife is there. Our beach club also there next to each other. So people really love because it's easy to move around, it's friendly, and it's a wide offer. So I mean, we encourage our LGBT friends to keep coming to Puerto Vallarta as they can find. For example, we have the Bear Deep party late January, and it's organized by a Canadian. So it's very popular now from people from Toronto, but we have white parties, we have Halloween parties, we have our Vallarta Pride. Is the first event in the world because June is the month of the Proud. But our case, this is an apportation from the local LGBT foreign community. When we started doing our Pride back in 2010, they say, why don't we do a long American weekend so we can have Americans and Canadians coming to enjoy? So our Pride starts in May 17, which is the World Day Against Homophobia. So this allowed us to get tourists from all over the world. And so, I mean, keep that in the radar as well, and visit our website, visit puertovallarta.com, and they can find all this information about the LGBTQ segment, but also about medical tourism that in Canada is social, is universal, the service. We see, so after the pandemic, instead of waiting a lot of time, people coming down to do procedures. So if you go to our website, you can find more information about it.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate the time this morning. It's a beautiful day, and again, I'm blown away by Puerto Vallarta, and I appreciate you having us down here for this. So thanks very much, Luis.
Thank you so
and
much.
Appreciate it. And
Nos vemos muy pronto. See you very soon. And remember, Puerto Vallarta is where Mexico comes to life.
thanks very much for watching, everybody. We'll see you soon.